from The Rational Male Religion, and I just want you to follow me and just read two paragraphs, and I think it's a very powerful two paragraphs that you know, it gives you good perspective on just what's happening today and the background of why women are moving the way they're moving today and why men are moving the way they're moving today. It says, for over 50 years, the prime directive of feminism has had women striving to achieve the ideal of the strong, independent woman. This ideal is the carrot that gets the mules to pull the cart. It is an ideal that's never fully attainable, because if it were, it would make an end state for feminism a realizable goal rather than the self-perpetuating social mechanism it is. The independent ideal is intentionally ambiguous. The concept is based on selling women the idea that not only can they have it all, but they can be it all too. The independence feminism sells is predicated on women being a self-sustaining, self-satisfying, autonomous thing that doesn't need for anything outside itself. A woman is every bit as good a feminine role model as she is a masculine one. Ergo, she has no need for men beyond the physical, short-term sexual aspect. In fact, an independence from men, from any form of dependency on men, has been part of the feminist character since, Seneca Falls in 1848. From a red pill perspective, this independence from men narrative has been the single most damaging aspect of feminism in its history. Men and women evolved to be complements and in evolutionary terms are far stronger together we are than apart. We didn't evolve as independent, self-fulfilling things. We evolved as complementary interdependence, even if our innate mating strategies are inherently adversarial to the other. Even if intelligent design is your belief, conventional gender complementaries is evident, if not perfect. Each sex strengths compensates for the other's innate weaknesses and vice versa. While it's beyond the scope of this book, this complementary state between the sexes is biologically, neurologically, and behaviorally proven. Yet feminism preaches two lies that conflict with these new order empirical data. Not only can a woman have it all, but she can also be an autonomous being with no intrinsic needs beyond what she can provide for or address herself. The lie is that she don't need a man, when 100 years of evolution and an awful lot of spiritual belief says different. Men and women need each other, but it's feminism and lately MGTOW that's selling the lie that they don't. Unfortunately for women, they're painfully but slowly learning that men and women are in fact different, and the lie of egalitarian equalism has essentially cost them a future without a husband, children, and conventional family formation that so many regret later in life. So to ball all that up, because there was a fucking shitload of big words in there. To ball it all up, this idea of a woman being independent from a man and don't need a man is a straight lie. It's bullshit. Nowhere in history has that ever been a thing or worked. And the fact that it's a new thing today, we're already seeing the side effects of it. We're already seeing the pitfalls of, you know, the thinking of our society, especially the, you know, Western side of it. And second, like I said at the end, women are now about to see how painful, and it's happening slowly because, you know, obviously we're waiting for time to pass by. We're waiting for these women that have been socially programmed to think this to come to an age where they're hitting their 50s, 40s, 60s, and they're slowly going to feel and understand that, damn, holy shit, I need a man as much as a man needs me. But this starts to become obvious and noticeable when it costs them to be old without a man, aka husband, without children. These women go, well, I've been chasing, you know, what society told me to chase, and I had no time for kids. I wasn't pushing that, and, you know, they end up not having children. And we're seeing today that we have the least active sexually group of fucking adults we've ever seen. We have the least amount of children already in recorded history. No one's having kids. If you ask the average girl today, how many kids do you want? Most of them are gonna say they don't want kids. What most of them are gonna say, I want to chase my dreams and goals, so I'm not really focusing on that. And by the time these females are old, they're not gonna have that family, conventional family formation, and that's why it says at the end they're gonna regret. And, you know, I always tell every person I meet, everyone could do whatever they want. That's why we all have freedom of choice. But when you become foolish and thinking you know what you think you know by just living and going, I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. Well, if you're not a smart person, you will never look at history, or you'll never look at why there was principles before we even existed, and why there was formulas or roles, or, you know, there's different type of ways of thinking that was already in place before us to continue this thing called life, to continue this, you know, success, to have support, because we all get old one day. You're only getting older. We're not getting any younger. So being able to see, and, you know, we're starting to see it now, because all that movement that was happening with the I want to be a feminist and independent movement, all that we're about to really fully access all those women that pushed that movement, agreed to it, and rebelled against men by not being, the traditional woman, and expecting men to be the traditional men, which is funny. But men always got to be men, but women is just like they could do whatever they want. They can pick and choose when they want to be girls. They could pick and choose when they want to be women. They could pick and choose when they want to be female. That's the funny part. But men, we can't pick and choose when to be men. And that's why we could never win. But going back to, you know, the obvious understanding of this is data is going to show, reality is going to show the women are going to give us a clear understanding of the decisions and the consequences they have made based on their decision, right? When they're young. Because I feel like, if you were a studier of, the Bible and religion and, spirituality and philosophy, you know how these principles were set in stone. You know the man is supposed to lead. You know you're supposed to support your man if that's the man you have chosen. You know you're supposed to help him fulfill his purpose. You know you're supposed to help him build his family. But, if someone heard this today and they've never got taught this or these ideas, it's like it irritates them. It irritates their ear because they're looking at it, especially women, for themselves and their own benefits. And as a man, we're always taught to always look outside ourselves. Always, like, as soon as every young boy hits a certain age, we get taught on how to treat others, how to treat women, how to cater to the woman. You gotta be nice, gotta do this. And women are always taught how they should be. Women are never taught, and like I said, I'm just generalizing right here. Women are taught to care for themselves first. And when you start to see this bleed out into what's happening today, that's what's happening. They only really care about their happiness and what they want right now. Versus a man is taught to build a family, find a good wife, love his wife, do all this. But then, like I said, today in society, what is taught? A woman's like, I don't need a man. I don't need you to do that that anymore for me. But then when shit hits the fan, why weren't you doing what you were supposed to do as a man? When shit hits the fan, oh, she's a woman now. You can't disrespect. You shouldn't talk to women like that. You shouldn't act like that with women. So, like, girls just pick and choose. And, there's certain words like, if you research something called solipsism, it really gets you thinking about, how this conditioning has been put on our females. And if you're not sharp enough as a man, and if you're not really studying, and you're not really paying attention and learning from, certain people, books that have a well-balanced mindset, the woman today, the modern woman, is going to destroy you. They'll take a lot from you, and you wouldn't know how to manage that. And, I see it every day. I see it with friends, family. Just getting destroyed by women. But It was a good read. Tell me what y'all think about it. If y'all got anything from it, I just wanted to put something out there.